Hey y'all, it's your girl Breezy, and y'all know I love to run my mouth. And I'm talking to y'all about some TV today. So I watched, what was that? Oh, that wasn't on my side. Anyway, I watched on TLC the new show, 1,000 Pound Roomies. And when I tell y'all, that show was something else. I've been trying to find time to record at the house and it just wasn't working out. So while I'm on my way and out and about, I'm going to talk about it. Y'all probably going to hear some rain, but let's get into it. Okay. So what made me want to watch it, didn't know it was coming on, but what made me want to watch it, I'm always on Instagram and, and I'm watching a clip on the OMG reality TV Instagram page and a clip of these two ladies who were headed to a beach, pulled up to the beach, and the one girl started crying like, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it. So I said, I want to watch that. I have watched My 600 Pound Life. That's actually what the plan that I used when I decided I was going to lose my weight. And so I thought when I watched the show there was some interesting dynamics and thought we could talk about it. Okay, so we got Jaz and Nesha. Those are 1,000 Pound Roomies. These are black women. I'll be putting their photos up so y'all can see them. Okay, so Jaz and Nesha, we don't know how much either of them weighs, and even when we got to the end of the episode when Nesha went to the doctor to talk about potential for weight loss, surgery, and preventative stuff, or before you do surgery, other alternatives is what I probably want to say. Alternatives for weight loss. She did get on the scale, but they haven't released that yet. I'm assuming we're gonna get that on episode 2 of this week. Okay, so child, they are a bubbly group. Like, I love their personalities, but being a fellow fatty and being on my own weight loss journey, when I see people who are morbidly obese, to the most extreme, where that they are probably 500-600 pounds, I always, sometimes for me personally, like even when I'm out and about, I be want to say to people like, do you need some help? Do you want somebody to help you? Like, are you interested in like getting on a weight loss journey? Because to see people like bound to the little motorized carts in the store and to see them struggling, it makes me feel away. Like, I've been big and I was out of breath when I walked places, but I would walk. I am an active fat person. So it just always bothers me. So anyway, so these two, they're friends, roomies. They met on SS BBW site, supersize big beautiful women. Okay, and apparently, which I didn't know, they shared that there's an ultra BBW, like for the big BBD. Okay, so we get into like their living arrangement and all of that. So Nesha is the bigger of the two. Jaz is still real big, but she's short. So that's partly because she's short, she's bigger and whatever. But she's smaller than Nesha in the sense of she's more mobile, even though, we'll talk about that beach. Even though she's a little bit more mobile, she still has her limitations when it comes to that, right? Okay, so Jaz does most of the cooking. Jaz does most of the cleaning. Because Nesha sis can't do it. Sis cannot do it. Do you hear me? And it was really like disheartening, and it was sad to see her like that. It was so sad. It was really sad to see her like that. Y'all excuse the rain. So Nesha has a 9-year-old daughter who they both help raise. No boyfriends that we know of at this point in sight. We're probably gonna get some more into that based on like what Nesha was saying. I mean, what Jaz was saying when Nesha was really talking about wanting to lose weight. Okay, they go to the pool. When they went to the pool, they had to carry, and this is they call it the big girl chair. They had to carry basically like a industrial strength office chair that can hold Nesha and Jaz while they traveling. They were walking in their apartment complex, from their apartment to the pool in their apartment complex, and Nesha had to stop. Her daughter is carrying a chair, and Nesha had to stop in order to order to rest, in order to be able to finish the walk to get to the pool. And I said, thank God for my body. And that's not, any slight to her, but you always, when you see people and you see like how they're, even when I see people that have different abilities and maybe they're in a wheelchair, maybe they are paraplegic or something like that, I'm always thankful for my body. Like, I thank you, God, for my body. Because, I couldn't imagine saying I want to go to the pool in my complex and I gotta take a rest in the middle of walking there. Like, I feel like that's when you should know that it's time for things to change. When you can no longer function in regular environments or regular activities, it's time to reconsider some things. And I think, that's where Nesha's getting to. Okay. Leaving the pool. When they're leaving the pool, Nesha cannot stand up out of the pool to get out of the pool. Like, she can't stand, like, the pools have, like, when you get ready to get out, you got probably those 3, maybe 4, most times it's 3. Those 3 steps that will then allow you to make the last step out of the pool. She couldn't do it. She had to roll her way out of the pool. Jaz had to bring the big girl chair and hold it behind her and make sure it was steady so that she could back up into the chair. She's completely bent over, like hands on the ground, feet on the ground, most of her body headed downward while she's backing her butt up towards the chair. Okay. So then, the beach happened first. Well, we learned that Nesha is a social media, very pretty, gorgeous, beats her face to the gods. Do you hear me? Beautiful. She is a supersized BBW model online. So she's doing online modeling. Most of the things that she's doing are from her bed. She can walk from her bed to their living room, but baby, that's about it. Like, as far as that. Okay. And you get the constant theme, like, this might have been after the pool or somewhere in that time, they went to Jack in the Box and they got like 2 combos and animal fries and just a whole lot of food. And when she first did the first order, I thought it was for both of them. Baby Jaz said, and let me get the same thing she just got. I said, no. It's raining real hard, girl. I might need to pull over. This is ridiculous. Ew. And y'all can just uncut, unfiltered, baby. This is what it is. So, okay, so boom. They're talking and whatnot, and Jaz suggested they should go to the beach. Let's go to the beach. Nesha was like, okay, we're gonna go to the beach. I feel like she said she hadn't been to the beach in years. And she lives in LA, which is not uncommon. Like, I live in Florida. I haven't not been to the beach in years. But it's probably been going on maybe almost a year since I went. But not because I'm afraid to go, but just because in proximity to where I live, where the beach is, and my schedule. In fact, I need to get to the beach sooner than later. Okay? But anyway, yes, let's go to the beach. Let's make sure we got snacks for the beach. They got snacks for the beach trip. We all do that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. They got snacks for the beach trip. They bought the big girl chair for the beach trip. They pull into the parking lot of the beach. So, when you go to those of y'all who may not live near a beach or ever been to a beach, when you go to the beach, there's always like these parking areas where you park, and then the beach is right there. You walk out, onto the beach from your car. They pulling into the parking lot. I can't do it. And Nesha has a complete breakdown. She has a complete breakdown saying she cannot go to the beach. She don't want people looking at her. She don't want people laughing at her. She don't want people making fun of her. She don't want people staring at her. None of that. She don't want any type of attention from people at the beach. And so Jaz was like, man, no, forget about them. You can't say that. I mean, she was hard down crying. Now, you could tell really she had a physical reaction to the anticipation of what was going to happen. Not that anybody, I mean, yeah, if you saw those 2 big women walking down the beach, people are going to look. But you do have to, and that's for anybody, you really have to have this thing within yourself where you don't care. And that was Jaz's attitude. Like, I don't care. I'm going. Like, I deserve to be on the beach just like y'all deserve to be on the beach. And if you think like I'm some, experiment or something for you to look at, then go ahead and look. I'm still out here, okay? So they're going back and forth. But Jazz like, man, she left her in the car. Jazz starts walking on the beach, y'all. Jazz almost forgot she was big as she is. Because Jazz was walking, and you know how when you're walking on the beach, there's like, it's not level. Because other people done been walking, so it's mounds here, mounds there. She hit one of them mounds, and you know you'll normally, kind of teeter, and she almost fell over. She was like, oh my God, who will come and get me? Not even thinking, I left my home. Well, she wasn't going to be able to help you anyway. So I'm not sure. I mean, somebody would have came and helped her if she couldn't get up. But imagine that. Imagine that you are so big that you can't, that you can't even get yourself up if you fall down. That's scary. That is scary. Now, this water down here is ridiculous. I'm not sure to tell people I ain't coming tonight. Because, baby, this is dangerous territory. And I'm in a car. I ain't in no big old truck will go through all this water like that. Anywho, back to the 1,000-pound room. Okay, so Niche say she didn't like how she felt about the beach, so she wants to look into doing eating healthier. Girl, we're gonna go eat healthy, and so they went to a sushi restaurant. Niche is the one who drives. No, sorry. Jazz is the one who drives. Jazz is the smaller of the two. Jazz drives. Niche don't drive. Jazz is at work. And I had been wondering, I'm like, well, what do Jazz got a job? Because Niche just at the house on social media making money off men who have fetishes for real big women. But Jazz got a job. And so Jazz said she was at work. And so she said, girl, meet me at the sushi place. And so Niche had to call her Uber. Now, unlike Big Nate, Niche knew she needed a XL. That Jeep that came wasn't even an L. Okay? It was not even an L. And so she had to squeeze and make up. Now she was able to fit. She was able to fit in the car. But they had to push the back seat up, and she had to really work it and do the work and was heavy breathing and all of that to get in the car. She said she has not been to a restaurant in 15 years. That's a long time. That's older than her daughter. That means her daughter is 9. That means you've never been to a restaurant with your child? Like, you're not living. And she said that. And I really appreciated that. They're being very honest, very vulnerable about, what their condition is. And I think the intention of the show is to showcase the life, see how they're living, and then also for her to get some help with her weight management. They go to that sushi place, which it looked really good. It looked really good. They had sushi on conveyor belts where you just sit at your table and the sushi just come by and you grab the plate off the thing, grab the plate. Baby, they was grabbing plates. They was grabbing plates, they was grabbing plates, they was grabbing plates. Grabbing beyond grabbing a plate. They was grabbing. So, after they done ate, Niche gonna say, I don't know if this was really healthy eating. Like, I seriously want to eat healthy. And Jazz like, well, this how the Chinese or Asian people be skinny. Which is not. They not eating as much sushi as you was eating at that dinner table, girl. Nah, cut it. You know you tried it. So Niche looked up the calories for the sushi. And I think it was like, for 4 of them or 3 of them, it was like 500 or 600 calories. I might be being exorbitant, but it was a high number of calories per those amount of sushi that they had eaten. And Jazz said, well, hell, I had 10 of them. Well, girl, if you done said 900 calories worth of sushi, and then you're not doing no movement, why you think you finna lose weight? Why you think it's gonna happen? Look, it's not. Now I got to navigate this part for y'all. Okay. Y'all hang with me. Y'all is in front of my camera, so I'm trying to watch all of the angles. Okay. So, Niche like, no, girl, this ain't it, girl. We gotta really be healthy, girl. We gotta really, do better. So Niche goes, before that, she called her homegirl. Niche's homegirl, who had lost 200 pounds, comes over and give this lady a life expectancy calculator. She put in the weight, the age, which she didn't know how much she had weighed, but I feel like she put like 500 pounds or something like that. Do you work out at all? The calculator said this person with these answers will live to age 44. Niche said, I'm 40. I said, sis, you better get to work. You better get to work, Niche. If you don't get to work now, honey, you finna leave your baby. And 9 plus 4 is 13. At a very critical age, you're about to leave your daughter here. No, ma'am. And certain things like that, like, it's interesting when you see people find their why. Like, on why they did a journey, why they moved forward in life with losing weight. And then the last part of the episode, she went to the doctor. She told the doctor about the life expectancy calculator, and so they weighed her. And they didn't tell us how much Niche weighs. I'm interested to find that out on this next episode. What was very interesting to me, because I'm on a natural weight loss journey myself, and I weighed 443 pounds. And the last time that I weighed, I was 285 or 290. But Jaz say she ain't taking no shots and doing no surgery. She gonna do it naturally. And I kind of side-eyed her because the way she acts doesn't show that discipline. The way she acts doesn't show, like, the way they eat. I ain't ever seen them eating fruits. Niche even said, like, I'm gonna start eating fruits and vegetables. I'm like, girl, but what you been eating? Because even as a fat girl, I love me a strawberry, a grape, a peach, a plum, a nectarine, cantaloupe, watermelon, you name it. Okay? You name it. I love it. So I don't understand. But maybe she wasn't eating that. Maybe she meant eating more fruits and vegetables than she normally eat. Because, baby, you better get on it. So, yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see what their journey is going to be like. They showed the clips of the season. It's going to be very intense. Niche at some point goes to the hospital. Like, she can't feel her. She's having extreme pain in her legs. And she also said that every day she's living with pain right now. Like, it hurts for her to walk because your body is not supposed to carry that much weight. Our bodies are not supposed to carry this much weight. That's the reason why I am on my continuous journey, because I'm not supposed to be this big. Yes, I've lost and I've accomplished a lot. I'm very active, but I'm still not supposed to be the size that I am. And that's why I'm still focused on it. And it's still in the front of my mind, which is why I said I'm going to start reviewing the show. So this is episode 1 of season 1. I don't know if they're going to have more than one season, but I'm definitely coming back for this week's episode. So I'm going to get this up to y'all tonight, hopefully. Y'all gonna hear it through the rain and me driving. We gotta get it in how we get it in, y'all. I want to talk to y'all about this show. Have you all watched 1,000 Pound Roomies? Are you interested? Let me know what your thoughts are. Be kind in the comments. Be respectful. But definitely make sure that y'all like, comment, subscribe, share. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you can be notified the next time I come around my mouth, talk about these 1,000 Pound Roomies or anything else. Peace.